You want to decide proactively what physiological, what mental and emotional state you're going to be in handling those situations. Because if you're in a grateful and empowered physiological, emotional state as those challenges are arriving, do you feel like it's likely that you'll handle and you'll navigate through those challenges in a much better way than if you were in a disempowered state? Yes or no? When you're making it a daily habit of really investing time in thinking about, preferably journaling about what you're grateful for, what'll happen is when an opportunity comes up like this, right? What are you grateful for? It's right there on tap. And I'm going to tell you, we're going to talk a lot about like the challenges of the upcoming economy. But forget about the housing market and the economy. How many of you are in committed relationships? Okay, so most of us. Are there challenges that arise, frustrations that arise, breakdowns that arise in committed relationships? Yes or no? How many of us have kids? Are there challenges, frustrations, disappointments, upsets that happen in your relationship with your kids? Yes or no? You want to decide proactively what physiological, what mental and emotional state you're going to be in handling those situations. Because if you're in a grateful and empowered physiological, emotional state as those challenges are arriving, do you feel like it's likely that you'll handle and you'll navigate through those challenges in a much better way than if you were in a disempowered state? Yes or no? The only way that you do that is not trying to fumble fuck and figure it out as it's happening, but being in an elevated state more often. Does that make sense? And the way you do that is by daily conditioning. It's why we start our meeting out every week with the same thing. What are you grateful for? Imagine what it's like looking out at the room and you lose eye contact. What are you grateful for, right? Yes. Is the economy going through challenging times? Absolutely. Is the housing market going through challenging times? Absolutely. Are interest rates posing more and more challenges to would-be buyers? Absolutely. Is it making the role that we play in our community more challenging? Absolutely. Now, what are you doing? Are you rising to the occasion? Or are you doing what 95% of people do and piss and moan about how much more difficult and challenging it is? I mean, give me a break. This is such an opportunity now to elevate your skills. Look, we've had 12 years plus of an economy where literally anyone can do well. This is such an exciting opportunity for you to know thyself as someone who can perform and outperform in any kind of market. Now you won't see that opportunity, that excitement, that charge won't exist within you unless you're actually conditioning yourself to see it. That's why we start these meetings out like that. What are you grateful for? Being grateful pushes out that constant and ever-present thought of, well, what's happening with the economy? I have so many buyers that are reluctant to take the next step because of all the negative news that they're hearing. Now, that negative energy, that negative thinking, right? Look, all in all, people want to become homeowners. Do people want to be able to paint their house whatever damn color they want it to be? Yes or no? Do people want to have their own pets and not have to pay pet deposits and all that shit? Yes or no? Do people want to plant their own things in their own garden? Yes or no? People want to do it, but they will hold back, and especially right now, they will shrink back out of what? Fear and what else? Uncertainty. If how you're matching those relationships, if how you're coming to the table in your day-to-day business is with that same energy level of fear and uncertainty or lethargy, how in the hell are you going to make a difference? That, and I'm going to show you here in a moment, that right there is what this market and the realtors in this market are grappling with. their own fears and their own uncertainty. So look, this is a tool. Talk about it all the time. Daily writing out what you're grateful for, right? I have the benefit of knowing several people who literally spent decades trying to get into and trying to get citizenship in this country. We're the only country in the world where there's waiting lists. People wait decades to get here. Why are people so adamant around the world? Why are people so adamant to relocate to here? Because there's massive opportunity that's available here. It's just we're so mind numb as a culture, and we're so conditioned to just day to day coast through our day to day that we lose sight. We create a box around us and we lose sight of how much opportunity there is. Do you know that there are more millionaires created in a recession than in any other time period? This is your time. Right now, this is your time to set yourselves up head and shoulders above your peers. And in doing so, you will then be light years ahead of when the economy then recorrects and starts on an upward trajectory again. You're head and shoulders above and beyond the new wave of real estate agents that come in. You're now established. You now are the authority. But you got to set yourself up like that, right? So